Okay, write each function in vertex form. Right now it's in, that means write it in A. Give yourself some room. This is where I want to see the answer. Okay. A minus x minus h to the second plus k. Now here's how you got to find what A, h, and k are. Okay. A, B, C. So I got to get it into this form. Well, A is 1, so it's going to be 1 here. That's easy enough. Now about the hk. Well, we'll make our coordinate point, vertex. Well, we know opposite of B divided by 2 times A finds the x vertex, so that's going to be 4. And then 2 times 1 is 2. Well, 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now I substitute 2 into the equation for x. Well, that's also your hk if I'm writing it into a different form. So 2, 2. It's just minus 2. Guys, if it's minus negative 2, it goes to x plus 2. So write your answer, y equals. Now, if you have a 1 as your a, you can leave it out. If it's any other number, you got to put it. But a 1, you can put the 1 if you want. That makes more sense to you. Boom. Okay. This is the same as this. That's AHK. That's ABC. Okay, next one. Set up the format of a vertex form. This is standard form. This is vertex form. Vertex form has AH and K. Standard form has A, B, and C. Okay. All right, ABC. Well, the A here is the same as it is here, negative 2. To find the H and K, you find your vertex. Okay. So I know from the standard form, opposite of B divided by 2 times A finds vertex. This is going to be negative 8, and then 2 times negative 2. So it's negative 8 over negative 4, and that's 2. Okay, to find the y, we just sub 2 in for the x's. Got 11. And that's also your hk. So 2, 11. So negative 2, you can't drop the a this time. X minus 2 squared plus 11. Okay, next one. So, means I need to write y equals a, x minus h to the second plus k. Got to find replacements for those 3 things. Well, the a is easy. A is the same as it is here, 2. Okay, so we got y equals 2. How about the rest of it? Well, for the h and k, I find the vertex. So opposite of b divided by 2 times a finds the vertex of the x. The axis of symmetry is the appropriate name. So 5, and then 2 times 2 is 4. You can write 1.25, that's all right. Okay. I substitute that in for the x. Okay, so and I get 8.875. Looks kind of goofy, but it's right. Okay, so 1.25, 8.875. Okay, so we got x minus 1.25 to the second power plus 8.875. Bam. Okay. All right, now we're going to actually apply some of that area given perimeter stuff. A town has 200 feet of fence to put around a playground in a rectangular shape. What's the greatest area it can fence? You're going to put down here maximum area. Whenever we're finding a maximum, this is what I want. I want a big parabola in the middle, okay? I want you to make a coordinate. Don't put x, y on this here today. Eventually we will, but not here. Opposite of b divided by 2 times a finds this variable, okay? And then we get an equation and substitute that value into it, okay? Now we're talking area. So set up your length times width equals area. Now, area is not 200 feet. Area would be square feet. The 200 feet is the perimeter, okay? So again, we've talked about this before. So 2L plus 2W equals 200. Now, you got to get one of those letters by themselves. I'm going to get the L by itself. So I subtract 2W first, make a 0W and minus 2W from that. So 2L, 0 minus 2 is negative 2, and then plus 200. Now divide all terms by 2, and now we have the L by itself. So L equals negative 1W plus 100. So in the L parentheses, you don't put L, you put negative 1W plus 100. And here you just put W. Now, you need to distribute there, okay? Because you need to multiply that out, because there's a plus there. So I take 1W times 100. Then I go back to the 1W and take it times negative 1W. You're going to want to write that out, okay? So, 1 times 100 is 100 with W. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. W times W is W to the second, okay? You write your negative 1W to the second first. That's your A. Plus your 100W, that's your B. You don't have a C, but that doesn't matter, okay? Now I can apply opposite of B divided by 2A. So instead of XY, it's WA. So you're going to have negative 100. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Then we divide, we get 50. So we want to make the width 50 to maximize our area. Now substitute 50 into the equation for W. Got 2,500. Put that up there, and that's your maximum area. Please label it 2,500 square feet. Okay, that's how area is labeled. Okay, next problem. We have 300 feet of fence to put around a playground in a rectangular shape. What's the maximum area it can fence? Okay. So, you are applying the opposite of B divided by 2 times A. That's always how we find maximums in this class from a story problem. Okay, and then I put that into the equation to find the dependent variable value at that. Okay. Okay, so you're dealing with area. Length times width equals area. Okay. It's great, but the 300 feet, that's for perimeter. So 2L plus 2W equals 300. Just go with the L. Okay. You can do the W too, I don't care. Okay. Whoops, sorry, 0W minus 2W from there. So 2L, you put W, 0 minus 2 is negative 2, and then add the 300. Now all terms need to be divided by 2 now, so that L is by itself. Negative 1W plus 150. So in the L you put negative 1W plus 150. Okay, and then W is just W. So I've written it in terms so it only has W. Now you need to find that product. So here's a plus right there. So you distribute 1W to each of those terms. So 1W, 1W. First I'll times it by, it doesn't matter what you times it by first. I'll do the negative 1W. I know I didn't on the last problem, but it kind of makes more sense to do it like that. Guys, 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. W times W is W to the second. You don't recognize that W times W is W to the second. You're in for a miserable time. Okay, 150 W. So you need to put your W to the second term first. That's your A. Then your 150 W. That's your B. Then equals A. I don't need a C. Okay, because the opposite of B is negative 150. And then 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So 75. And that's your W. Now to find your maximum area, you substitute 75 in for each of your W variables. Okay, 5,625. That's your maximum area. last one. We have 300 feet of fence to put around a deer plot in a rectangular shape. What's the maximum area it can fence? So maximum area. Okay, so opposite of B divided by 2A has to be used. Okay, now I'm not going to put XY just yet. I mean, you can, but it actually doesn't end up as XY. It ends up as either WL and then A. Okay, length times width equals area. We don't actually ever substitute a number for area. Okay, so they give us the perimeter. So 2L plus 2W equals 350. Do it up there if you want. Okay, get one of them by themselves. Make a 0W and subtract 2W. Plus 350. Then I divide everything by 2. So L equals negative 1W plus 175. Okay. So in the L you put negative 1W plus 175. And then this is just W. Now I have it all in the terms of the same variable. So you see that plus, you're going to distribute your 1W. Well, first we'll times it by negative 1W. Then we'll times it by 175. So negative 1, 175. So negative 1W squared, that's your A. And then 175 is your B. You will not have a C, but we don't need C to complete the problem because the opposite of B is negative 175. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Okay, 87.5, so 87.5 is what we want the width to be, because you see W is where X usually is. So instead of X, it's W, A is where Y usually is. So I substitute 87.5 for my W's. And that's what we get, 7,656.25, and that's your maximum area. So by making the width 87.5, maximizes our area, 7656.25. Okay, square feet. That's how you label area.